Good evening. Welcome to the 137th Hootenanny here at Dornan's. We have about the same ratio of entertainers signed up as we have a full house tonight, so we're a little light on both sides. But looks like we'll have a nice evening. A couple of announcements. Tomorrow night, those lucky few of you who have already purchased tickets to the Bill Staines concert, I know you'll enjoy it. They are sold out of tickets, so if you don't have one, too bad. But you have another chance, and that is on October 19th, Rosalie Sorrells will be giving a concert here, and there are plenty of tickets left for that, October 19th, 7:30. They have tickets behind the bar. Rosalie is one of the old timers, you might say, in folk music in 1964 when we had the folk festival here. And on this placard right there, it's of the folk festival. She was one of the original people that we had in here in 1964. Gives a very good concert. A couple other things we always like to ask, and that is please no smoking in here for the rest of the evening. And we also invite everyone to join us in the Dornan tradition of not talking while the performers are on the stage, since this is acoustic music, folk music, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it if you listen. One of the other traditions we have here is that when he's here, Bill Briggs, my cohort in starting the Hootenannies, always starts the evening out. And since Bill isn't here tonight, why, I'm going to take his slot and I'll start off. Then I think we'll go right down the list. We so far have 8 people signed up. We have shortened the Hootenanny, by the way, the last couple of weeks from 4 hours to maximum of 3 hours now for the winter. And we will be starting at 6 o'clock next month. As soon as we go to standard time, why then the Hootenanny will move up to 6 o'clock and go 6 to 9 instead of 7 to 10. I'm always at a loss of what songs to choose, and having a discussion a couple of weeks ago with Dot and Dick Sheehan, why they're old friends of a folk singer who had a group and was very well known actually back in the 50s and early 60s. And his name was Terry Gilkison. And he had a group called the Easy Riders. He had a number of hit songs out. Mary Ann. And this is a song that he wrote. I thought I would try to do songs tonight since most of the birds have headed south. I'm going to do songs that have something to do with birds in them. And this is one that he wrote that was quite popular back then. The Cry of the Wild Goose. Tonight I heard the wild goose cry, winging north in the lonely sky. Tried to sleep, but it weren't no use, 'cause I am a brother to the old wild goose. My heart knows what the wild goose knows, and I must go to where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering foot or a heart at rest? Flip flap, hurry up, take to the sky. I wish I had wings so I could fly. I hear the honker and the blue goose too. One went to Canada, the other just flew. heart knows what the wild goose knows. I must go to where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering foot or a heart at rest? The cabin is warm and the snow is deep, and I've got a woman, she lies asleep. When she wakes at tomorrow's dawn, she'll find, poor critter, that her man is gone. My heart knows what the wild goose knows. I must go to where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering foot or a heart at rest? My woman was kind and true to me. She thinks she loves me, the more fool she. She's gotta learn that it ain't no use to love the brother to the old wild goose. My heart knows what the wild goose knows. I must go to where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering foot or a heart at rest? Spring is coming and the ice will break. I can't linger for no woman's sake. She'll see a shadow pass overhead. She'll find a feather beside the bed. My heart knows what the wild goose knows, and I must go to where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering foot or a heart at rest? A wandering foot or a heart at rest? Thank you. Can't you see that turtle dove flies from pine to pine, mourning for her own true love, as I shall mourn for mine, as I shall mourn for mine. I am but a country boy, money have I none, but there's silver in the moon, gold in the rising sun, gold in the rising sun. Here I sit on a carpet thick, feathers from the wings, feathers to caress me, birds to hear me sing, birds to hear me sing. Woody knows nothing but pecking on a bough under skies of blue. Never knew till I met you what love, oh love, could do. What love, oh love, could do. Can't you see that turtle dove flies from pine to pine, mourning for her own true love, as I shall mourn for mine, as I shall mourn for mine. There is one other song. I first heard this from a recording back in the early 50s, a recording made by Burl Ives, and subsequently I've heard a lot of different versions to it. This is called the Bird's Mating Song, or it's also been called the Bird's Courtship, or the Leather-Wing Bat. I, said the little leather-wing bat, I'll tell you the reason that I fly by night is because I've lost my heart's delight. Howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, and a hi-la-lee-dee-diddle-dee-do. Hi, said the red bird, a-sitting on a fence. Once I loved a handsome wench, but she got saucy and from me fled. And ever since then my head's been red. Howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, and a hi-li-lee-dee-diddle-dee-do. Hi, said the robin as he flew. Once I loved a young gal too, but she got saucy and from me fled. Uh-oh, what's wrong? Hi, said the robin as he flew. When I was a young man I chose two. If one didn't love me the other one would. Now don't you think my notion's good? Howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, and a hi-li-lee-dee-diddle-dee-do. Hoot, hoot, said the owl so white, a lonesome day and a lonesome night. Thought I heard some pretty gal say she'd court all night and sleep all day. Howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, and a hi-li-lee-dee-diddle-dee-do. No, no, said the turtle dove, that's no way for to gain his love. If you want to gain your heart's delight, keep him awake both day and night. Howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, and a hi-li-lee-dee-diddle-dee-do. My good friend Mart Hoffman years ago collected these two verses. I, said the chicken hawk to the crow, If you aren't black, well, I don't know. Ever since old Adam was born, you've been known for stealing corn. Howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, and a high-ly-lee-dee diddle-ay-do. Hi, said the crows, said the chicken hawk, well, I don't give a damn about your big loud talk. You'd like to dive and steal a hen, and I hope the farmer'll kill you then. Howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, howdy-dowdy diddle-um day, and a high-ly-lee-dee diddle-ay-do. Thank you. Next up is someone who's one of our regulars here. She spends a lot of time now outdoors, researching, hiking, writing that column in the newspaper. Adrienne Brown.
Naturally, while I was standing there, I changed my mind as to what all I wanted to play, so I'll figure it out. On Wednesday, I'm off to California for 3 weeks, and then off to New Hampshire for 2 weeks, and I'll be back before Thanksgiving, but this is a song really for a man to sing. He's singing about his wife, but the chorus, which if you know you can sing, please, is him quoting her. So I figured it's half and half, and I'll sing it all because I like it.
If the band at the bar plays waltzes and shuffle,
a Bill Staines song. I've never heard him sing it at a concert. And those of you who have been to his concerts know that he often sings the same stuff, so maybe he won't sing this one. And if he does and you have to listen to it tomorrow night, I apologize. He sings it better. This is about a lady with a non-traditional job who falls for the usual guitar playing drifter bozo. And it seems to imply that they have a pleasant evening, so. It's called River Affair. She was a sailor, she lived on the river, up from Ontario, headed for sea, working the Lakers and passed by the city, stopping occasionally. He was a drifter, he was a Midwestern drifter, out from Alberta, bound for heaven knows where, singing his songs and telling his stories to anyone willing to care. And the road goes on, and the waves roll by. Oh, we met her one night in a bar in the city, next door to the place where he'd come for to sing. He walked in between shawls and he sat down beside her. They talked about nothing, most everything. Can you sing me a song about love in the mountains? I never have been there, but someday I may. Is the sky just as blue as it is on the ocean? Are the snow caps like breakers on a cold windy day? Won't you lay down beside me and spend the night with me? We'll share together whatever may be. The passing of time or a promise uncertain, the height of the mountains and the depth of the sea, and the waves roll on, and the road goes by. She was a sailor, she lived on the river. He was a drifter bound for heaven knows where. Passing they say like two ships in the night time. Passing they say like two clouds in the air. And the road goes on, and the waves roll by. Now comes the tricky part. Drop the whole damn book. I always practice about 5 songs, and I never quite make up my mind till I'm driving up here. Sometimes I'm wrong. This is a child ballad, which means it's real old. I don't play it like it's real old. called The Two Magicians, and it's another courtship song. I think it was written by a man because it represents a man's hoped for viewpoint of what most ladies would think of as rape. But we'll get there. Not black. Well, hello, you cold blacksmith, you've done me no harm, but you never shall take my maidenhead that I have kept so long. I'd rather die a maid of it than she said, and be buried all in my grave. Oh, yusky, musky, fusky, dusky, cold blacksmith, a maiden I shall die. And he fetched her to his lair. Well, hello, you cold blacksmith, you've done me no wrong, but you never shall take my maidenhead that I have kept so long. I'd rather die a maid of it than she said, and be buried all in my grave. Oh, yusky, musky, fusky, dusky, cold blacksmith, maiden I shall die. She turned into a hare all on the plain, and he turned into a hunting hound, and he fetched her back again. Well, hello, you cold blacksmith, you've done me no wrong. Oh, you never shall take my maidenhead that I have kept so long. I'd rather die a maid of it than she said, and be buried all in my grave. Oh, yusky, musky, fusky, dusky, cold blacksmith, maiden I shall die. Then she turned into a sheet all on the bed, bad mistake. And he turned into a coverlet, and he took her maidenhead. Well, hello, you cold blacksmith, you've done me the wrong. You've taken away my maidenhead that I've kept so long. I cannot die a maid of it, then she said, nor bury it all in that grave. Oh, husky, musky, fusky, dusky, cold blacksmith, do it once again.
Adrian Brown. And next, a rancher from up in the Buffalo Valley. This is his 82nd time here with us, Jerome Young.
Hey, Jerome.
And Hank Phibbs.
Yes, I have been. I've employed the services of our local Dobro disciple, Hank. He didn't have enough guts to sign up by himself, so
I can't sing and play this at the same time.
we're going to do a Chris Christopherson song, I think. We did it in the back anyway. We're still in tune? No? You just have to move that little bar around a little bit till it gets right. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, headed for the train. Feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed the diesel down. Took us all the way to New Orleans. Well, I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana, feeling bad while Bobby sang the blues. With those windshield wipers clapping time, Bobby clapping hands in time, we sang every song that driver. Freedom's just another word for nothing else to do. Nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. Pick one more. From the coal mines of Kentucky to the California sun, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Standing right beside me, Lord, through everything I'd done. Every night she kept me from the cold. But somewhere near Salinas, boys, I let her slip away. She's looking for a home and I hope she finds. And I'd trade all of my tomorrows for a single yesterday, holding Bobby's body close to mine. Freedom's just another word for nothing else to do. Nothing ain't worth nothing if it ain't. Feeling good was easy, boys, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. Freedom's just another word for nothing else to do. Nothing ain't worth nothing if it ain't free. Feeling good was easy, boys, when Bobby sang the blues. Freedom was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. I guess we'll do a little different kind of stuff here with my top scratchers, if I can find them all, 3 of them. It's going to take a little time to retune here so you can discuss the performance with your neighbor there while we get this. This next tune is in open D. You're not supposed to do a lot of this up here because you lose your audience. Might be the best thing that's happened to me yet. B string is the second one from the bottom, and then B stands for bad. And if you don't believe it, just start playing the guitar and try to get that sucker in tune with the other 5. Anyway, I think we've got it close enough that we can get to this tune called Sitting on Top of the World. It's about a guy who's saying one thing and meaning something else. He's not really all that happy, but he says he is. B. Stand for something besides bad, couldn't it? Once you get started, you can't stop, so you have to get it right. Okay, we're going to try it here. There's a lot of words to this song. I don't know if we can get through all the choruses, verses. Got new strings on, too. In the spring, one sunny day, my true love left me, lost, she went away. Now she's gone, now don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. I'm going down to the station, out in the yard, going to catch me a freight train, I've been working too hard. Now she's gone, now don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. She called me up down El Paso, come back, Daddy, ooh, I need you so. Now she's gone, now don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. If you don't like my peaches, don't you shake my tree. Get out of my orchard and let my peaches be. Now she's gone, now don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. Mississippi, oh, she's deep and wide, and the girl I'm a-loving, she's on the other side. Now she's gone, now don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. My old pal, know it done me wrong, he's took my woman with his old dobro. Now she's gone, I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. I'm going to try you another tune here, another open tuning. That was open D. We'll do one in open G, so we can totally mess up this whole thing by tuning. saw Bill Mize. Isn't he Bill Mize? Yeah, he was here last spring, I guess it was. He does so much of this stuff, he just he tunes about every other song. I got inspired to do these open tuning songs by watching Bill. He's an excellent guitar player from Tennessee. If you ever get a chance to see Bill Mize, you should check him out. He's excellent, really. This is an instrumental I'm going to do for you called Both Sides Now, a Joni Mitchell tune.
All right. Who needs Bill Mize? And you got Jerome. Next, we got our group from over the hill, over in Idaho. They were recently over in Scotland and did some playing over there. There's a wonderful group. I mentioned it earlier this summer. we went up to Bozeman to see a group called Old Blind Dogs. One of the best concerts I've ever attended. And they got to be openers for them when they were over in Scotland. So this is Bob and Ronnie Sue, Mountain Air.
We were actually in between a comedy group with a guy that swallowed bunches of ping pong balls and Old Blind Dogs. So it was an interesting concert.
We are going to start out with a Scottish tune, if I can remember all the words. This is for Marty. We decided since you were here tonight, we thought we'd do this traditional. We're going to do quite a variety in 3 songs sort of spanning 100 years or so. And we're going to start out with a Robert Burns song from the 1700s. Then this one he wrote, of course he was a very prolific poet, being the national poet of Scotland. And this one he wrote, it's autobiographical. And so he's writing about himself, and there's things about himself in there. And of course he died at around the age of 38. So the line about he'll have misfortunes great and small, we had a big one at about the age of 38. And he was born on the 25th of January. And so it talks about a blast of Januar wind that blew Hansel. Hansel means a good luck charm or a good luck token. Blew Hansel in on Robin. And the gossip kicked in his loof. The gossip who was around at all the births looked in the babies' faces and tried to figure out what to call them. And so the gossip kicked in his loof and decided to call him Robin, because this wally boy, this strong boy, will be nae coof. He'll be no fool. Anyway, most people probably don't know the Scots except for Jack Hyler and perhaps Marty. So I thought I'd do a little translation.
It's also the R tongue-tie song. It has roving, robin, and ranting all mixed up in different directions, so give it a try on the chorus.
Yeah, so if you sing with us, it'll hide all our mistakes.
Ronnie Sue?
Yes.
I want you to know you have an Elizabeth McGregor McDougall out there, and she'll get every word of it.
All right! I'd also like to point out that this is visiting parents' night. My parents are visiting from Massachusetts, Al and Audrey Helsner. We also have a mother from Texas. Where are you? Where are you? Any other visiting parents? Any other visiting parents?
Dad from Palm Beach.
Dad from Palm Beach. All right, this is it. All right, good. Good, good night. There was a lad who was born in Kyle, but what a day, oh, what a style. I doubt it's hardly worth the while to be so nice with Robin. Robin was a roving boy, ranting, roving, ranting, roving. Robin was a roving boy, a ranting, roving, Robin. Our monarch's hindmost ear but Jane was 25 days begun. 'Twas then a blast of Januar wind blew Hansel in on Robin. Robin was a roving boy, ranting, roving, ranting, roving. Robin was a roving boy, a ranting, roving, Robin. The gossip he get in his loof, 'cause she who lives will see approve. This wally boy will be nae coof, I think we'll call him Robin. Robin was a roving boy, ranting, roving, ranting, roving. Robin was a roving boy, a ranting, roving, Robin. He'll hae misfortunes great and small, but I heard a rantin' roving Robin, rantin' roving Robin. Thank you. From Scotland to Ireland, we'll go back to Scotland in a minute. We're going to do a traditional Irish flute air called The Dear Irish Boy. Do I get you?
Talk. Talk.
See, I have this problem with the telephone. I talk a lot, and so if Bob has a chance for me to talk and it doesn't cost him anything, he's going to let me do it. There's a Stan Rogers song called The Lock Keeper, and in it, guy talks about being tethered to the foam in terms of freedom. Bob says I'm tethered to the phone. But anyway, we're going to jump 100 years here and do a modern Scottish song by the very famous folk singer Dougie MacLean. And we did this, I guess, last spring. It's a very beautiful song about the Scottish homeland and about wanting to return there. And it's where our hearts are. And I know when the Gray's daughter was in Scotland, I believe she said that she just felt so much that she had come home. Is that right? I think I heard that story. Anyway, and that's just how we felt. So we're going to do Caledonia for you. Caledonia is a word for Scotland.
Me too?
I hope so. No, I'm on the wrong fret.
That's what I thought.
Is that better? I think that's better.
singing songs that make me think about where I came from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. I have moved and have kept on moving, proved the points that I needed proving, lost the friends I needed losing, found others on the way. I have kissed the ladies and left them crying, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I have traveled hard, sometimes with conscience flying, somewhere with the wind. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest quiet, the flames that couldn't get any higher. Well, they've withered, now they've gone. But I'm steady thinking my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow when the hands have shaken and the kisses flowed. Well, I will disappear. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
Bob and Ronnie Sue, that's Mountain Air. Next, we have a fellow who vows he will, we have two people, John Cook and Jack Hyler, who say that if they're in Jackson Hole, they're going to be at the Hootenanny. Well, I don't know where John Cook is. I think he's gone back to Los Angeles to work on his TV special on gunfighters. But Jack's here, and he's always here. Jack Hyler.
That reminds me of the old saying, the poor we have with us always. I planned my songs tonight with my friend Elizabeth McDougall in mind. The first time I ever heard this first song, she sang it about 40 years ago. She must have been 3. It's about Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn was the mother of good Queen Bess, Elizabeth I. She was a remarkable woman for several reasons, not the least of which was that she had 6 fingers on one hand. She was also the third of King Henry VIII's 6 wives, and she lost her head over him. And there's a chorus I want you to sing, and I hope you'll stamp when you sing it. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. Now that's the chorus. I want you to come in on it. In the Tower of London lodges life. The ghost of Anne Boleyn walks, they declare. Now Anne Boleyn was once King Henry's wife, until he had the Esmond Bobber heir. Oh, he did her wrong, wrong many years ago, and she comes back at night to tell him so. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks a bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. She's looking for King Henry. She'll be giving him what's for. She's going to go and have it him for having spilled her gore. And just in case the Esmond wants to give her an encore, she has her head tucked underneath her arm. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. Along the drafty corridors for miles and miles she goes. She often catches cold, poor thing. It's cold there when it blows. And it's awfully awkward for the queen to after blow her nose. With her head tucked underneath her arm. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. Sometimes King Henry throws a spread for all his pals and gals, a ghostly crew. The axeman carves the joint and cuts the bread, till Anne Boleyn comes in and spoils the dew. Oh, she holds her head up with a Celtic hoop, and Henry cries, "Don't drop it in the soup!" With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. One night she caught King Henry, he was in the castle bar. Said he, "Are you Jane Seymour, Anne Boleyn, or Catherine Parr? How the hell am I to know just which one you are? You've got your head tucked underneath your arm." With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. Now there's another stanza about taking her head for a football, but they didn't play football in those days. It's a non-authentic stanza, so I refuse to sing it. This song is 450 years old. The singer is an apprentice in London in the days of the old guilds. He's going to see his girlfriend on a very stormy night. When I was a London I went to see my dear. The candles were all burning, the moon shone bright and clear. I knocked upon her window to ease her of her pain. She rose to let me in, and she barred the door again. I like your well behavior, for this I always say. I cannot be contented when you are far away. The roads, they are so muddy, we cannot gang about. So roll me in your arms, love, and blow the candles out. Your father and your mother in yonder room do lie. Arms locked round one another, so why not you and I? Arms locked round one another, without a fear or doubt. So roll me in your arms, love, and blow the candles out. And if we prove successful, pray name it after me. Keep it sweet and keep it neat and daff it on your knee. When my 3 years are over, my time it will be out. Then I'll double my indebtedness by blowing the candles out. I said that the first two songs were selected with Elizabeth McDougall in mind. The last one was selected with all of you in mind. Seems to me about this time every evening, every hoot, we have to get up and stir around. So I want everybody under 75 years of age to stand up. And anyone 75 or over can sit with me, and Margaret is going to help me with this. It's hard to get her up here, but she's going to help with this. Now this involves some exercise. And it's a song that involves exercising, so you got to back up from the tables a foot, because you got to be able to touch your knees and toes. And it involves, it goes like this to start with. And we'll start very slowly. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, okay? And then you drop off the last thing. So we drop off, second time through, we drop off toes, all right? First time we sing it all. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, head and shoulders, knees and toes, eyes and ears and cheeks we love to pat, head and toes, knees and toes. Now watch out, we drop toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, head and shoulders, knees and eyes and ears and cheeks we love to pat, head and shoulders, knees and head and shoulders, head and shoulders, eyes and ears and cheeks we love to pat, head and shoulders, head, eyes and ears and cheeks we love to pat, head. Do it. Eyes and ears and cheeks we love to pat.
Oh dear.
Ears and cheeks we love to pat. We leave out cheeks that time.
We had to leave out ears that time.
Yes. Well, I guess we're all lost. least you all should be awake again.
All right. That was Jack LaLanne, and next we have our local songwriter. Was one of the early performers here at the Hootenanny, and then he often gets busy with his summer job, doesn't come up quite so often in the summertime. Here he is again, Bradley Parker.
We had somewhat of a rough night. It was Peter's 40th birthday last night.
40th birthday, thank you very much. I'm gaining years all the time.
And
Remember my 40th?
we're recalling it piece by piece as we sit here actually right now. It's all coming back to us. But we had a nice party out at a friend's house, and we played from 9 o'clock till 4:30 in the morning. Haven't done that in a long time. And
Like last week.
before that, we were up in Bozeman getting jobs for this new band we've just put together, which has we have a horn section, and we have a stand-up bass player, Scott Coates, and Peter and I, and a guy playing percussion. He used to play in Nashville for a long time. He's really good, and we'll be playing at the Kickin' Coffee Company tomorrow night. If you don't go to Bill Staines, or if you didn't get tickets, we didn't realize that he was playing. Otherwise, we would not have played there on that night. But it's a new folk scene, and hopefully it'll work out good. I think they're not going to have full bands there. They're just going to have single people playing mostly because it's the way it is. But this is a song that Peter wrote, and it's very apropos because I need coffee, and it's called the Coffee Song. And it goes like this.
1, 2.
She was sleeping restless, working out life in the morning dreams. Tossing, turning, wakes with a quiet haze, turns her bright eyes, and she says to me, soft and sweet, I need some coffee. I need some coffee. I can smell the taste, so we'll go to the counter to get some beans while she falls back asleep. There's so many kinds of can make up my mind, it's just more than I've ever seen. Well, they got corn blinks and mandolin, Irish cream and cinnamon, hazelnut, amaretto, Italian gold, got blue fudge, Mississippi mud, mocha java, French vanilla, piano roast, organic Nicaraguan. All I know is as the room approached, I just smiled and said, I need some coffee. I need some coffee. Helps you get a jump on life, so get out there and wake up. Helps you see the morning light, so get out there. Wake up, wake up, wake up. She just up in bed, takes a first sip, oh, and smiles back at me. Says there's a lot of things I gotta do in this whole world, and I can't be sleeping. coffee. You gotta smell the coffee and the red rose, laugh with days so don't get old. I have another cup of that junk, I wanna feel the funk, I need some coffee. I need some coffee. Helps you get a jump on life, so get out there, wake up. Helps you see the morning light, so get out there, wake up. Annie's wired, she's already gone, driving 90 down the road, singing her favorite songs. Got a big old cup of Joe, it will soon be gone. Annie's wired, she's already gone. Annie's wired, she's already gone. Sing country western from the top of her lungs as she drives to work, though she still dreams of sleep. As a little coffee cart thinks I double espresso cappuccino sure would taste sweet. Well, they got Colonel Benson, Manchester, Mandolin, Irish cream and cinnamon, hazelnut, amaretto, Italian gold, got Kahlua fudge and Mississippi mud, mocha java, French vanilla, Gano roast, Gano Nicaragua. All I know was as a woman approached, she just smiled and said, I need some coffee. I need some coffee. Helps you get a jump on life, so get out there, wake up. Helps you see the morning light, so get out there, wake up. Annie's wired, she's already gone, driving 90 down the road, singing her favorite songs. Got a big old cup of Joe, it'll soon be gone. Annie's wired, she's already 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 gone. I need some coffee. I need some coffee. I need some coffee. I need some coffee. It's always an interesting procedure. I don't know if Bradley told you, but the name of our group is the Free Agnostics. And if you ask what that means, we haven't really determined it yet. Okay, this is a song by a guy named Ben Harper, who's kind of really good on the folk scene right now. He does a lot of different stuff. He does a lot of slide guitar. This song's called Walk Away. That's it. Ah. Yeah, we had a rough night last night. So one of the facts that when you want to do this as a profession,
get paid for it. You have to have funny one-liners to back up stuff like this so people don't think you're just a complete fool.
But they all know better.
Yes.
So Adrian, is there anything we can help you out with there? Names of canyons, ski resorts of the Rockies or something like that.
Ah, it's possessive with their crossword puzzle.
Nothing for harmonica players.
I'm sorry about this.
Which harmonica player played with both Jimi Hendrix and George Gershwin? Larry Adler.
That's good.
Larry Adler. No, he's still doing it.
Oh no, here comes that sun again. That means another day without you, my friend. And it hurts me to look in that mirror at myself. And it hurts me even more to have to be with somebody else. But it's just so hard to do, so easy to say. Sometimes you just gotta walk away and head for the door, walk away. With so many people in my life to love, why do I worry about just one? You are the happiness in my life. You are the good times in my fun. And it's so hard to do, so easy to say. Sometimes you got to just walk away. Head for the door, walk away. So many people in my life to love. Why do I worry about only one? But you are the happy in my nest. You are the good times in my fun. And it's so hard to do, so easy to say. Sometimes you just have to walk away. Head out that door, walk away. That wasn't even how that song went.
I hope you all know there's a document for history.
Very good. This is a song by a band called Timbuk 3 about people's hairdos.
So thank you. I have the natural mohawk going. Thank you. I'm growing and I'm working on it.
Hairstyles and attitudes, are they connected? Are the styles embracing our own taste, the values rejected? Hairstyles and attitudes, how do they relate? How well do we use our freedoms to choose the illusions we create? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Go drive booth on basic training, cops and drag, dressed up like whores, cowboys and ponytails, bankers and bangs, presidents and pompous pompadours, mamas in mohawks, daddies in dreadlocks, head with double-locks, trying to act tough. There's the wet look, the dry look, the FBI look. Can you tell the cook lights covered up? Hairstyles and attitudes, are they connected? Are the styles embracing our own taste, the values rejected? Hairstyles and attitudes, how do they relate? How well do we use our freedom to choose the illusions we create? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Razor cut, glitter shot, topped and channel, curled up, slick back, Howard in the eyes, parted right, parted left, straight down the middle. Scientists say your hair never lies. They've done lots of research, it may be just hype, but the latest findings have caused me to tremble. Categorized into 3 basic parts by which of the stooges we most closely resemble. Hairstyles and attitudes, are they connected? Are the styles embracing our own taste, the values rejected? Hairstyles and attitudes, how do they relate? How well do we use our freedom to choose the illusions we create? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey. Hairstyles and attitudes. Hairstyles and attitudes. Hairstyles and attitudes. Hairstyles and attitudes. Thank you.
I hired under Colonel Slaughter to drive steers to Abilene. Green and wet behind the ears, just a kid of 17. Though I was raised in Texas, I was not a seasoned hand. So I got the job of hoodlum, Coosey's right-hand man. Aniano Waslakato, all you see is this plain. You dread the sound of thunder, there's no protection from the rain. Now Coosey did a strange thing when the evening meal was done. He'd wait until the stars come out and move the wagon tongue. He said, son, there ain't no landmarks on these wide and open plains. There ain't no trees or mountains, each day it looks the same. But you never lose direction, and you know right where you are, if you always point the wagon tongue toward the old North Star. Then out beyond the Cimarron, one cold and stormy night, I watched the cattle stampede and the lightning's eerie light. Took several days to round them up and to get them settled down. Then we followed in the wagons in the soft and muddy ground. As we drove the herd across the plain, we had no way to know. We had drifted way off course toward New Mexico. Then that night the stars came out and his theory stood the test. Abilene was up north of us, but we was headed west. He said, son, there ain't no landmarks on these wide and rolling plains. There ain't no trees or mountains, each day it looks the same. But you never lose direction, and you know right where you are, if you always point the wagon tongue toward the old North Star. Well, my life has been a full one, my hair's turning gray. I've seen a lot of sunshine and I've seen some cloudy days. For a while I wandered aimlessly and I still wear the scars when I didn't point my wagon tongue toward the old North Star. Now life is like a grassy sea and the trail ain't always plain. One may lead to pleasure while the other leads to pain. But you never lose direction, and you know right where you are, if you always point your wagon tongue toward the old North Star. He said, son, I wasn't supposed to sing that part of it. He said, son, there ain't no landmarks on these wide and open plains. There ain't no trees or mountains, each day it looks the same. But you never lose direction, and you know right where you are, if you always point your wagon tongue toward the old North Star.
That was Gary Smith, and next, young fellas, just the last month or two, couple months, been coming down to the Hootenannies, Will Gilson.
Well, Jack's gone. I was going to thank Jack for the Jack LaLanne there. I was at that party with those guys last night, and that really helped out, that little Jack LaLanne there. This is a song I've been working on, and I hope you like it. It's from it's a Bonnie Raitt tune. It's called Come to Me. All I ever wanted was a love to be true. More than just enough to get me by. I want a love to see me through. Yeah, I don't need another well-spent night, another sideways glance. I want to look my baby in the eye and know there's nothing left to chance. Yeah. So if you're tired of being lonely, beat up and confused, darling, there is only one thing you can do. Come to me. There won't be no hesitating. Come to me. I got what you want now, baby. I got what you need. There won't be no hesitating. Yeah, I know what you mean to me. I'm gonna hold out for the only one. Ain't gonna settle for less. The kind of love I'm looking for, you can't fake, you can't finesse. I ain't looking for the kind of girl that can't stand a little shaky ground. She's gotta give me a fine love and tenderness and have the guts to stick around. So if you're tired of being lonely, beat up and confused, darling, there is only do, come to me. I got what you need, come to me. I got what you want now, baby. I got what you need. So if you're tired of being lonely, beat up and confused, darling, there is only one thing you can do. Come to me. Won't you come to me? I got a little confused this time because usually I don't make it early enough to sign on the alternative list, so I got to play something else. So I had to take a little, had to scratch my head a little bit. This is it's kind of a sing-along if you feel like singing along. If you don't know it, I can try to help you, but I don't know how well I'll do trying to help you here, but it's called Precious Friend. Just when I thought all was lost, you changed your mind. You gave me hope, not just the old soft soap, to show that we could learn to share in time. What was it? Just the old soft soap to show that we could learn to share in time. You and me and Rockefeller, I'll keep plugging on. Our face will shine through all our tears. And when we sing another little victory song, precious friend, you will be there. Precious friend, you will be there. You guys feel like singing? Just when I thought. Just when I thought all was lost, all was lost, you changed your mind. You gave me hope, not just the old soft soap. You gave me hope, not just the old soft soap, to show that we could learn to share in time. You and me and Rockefeller, I'll keep plugging on. Our face will shine through all our tears. When we sing another victory song, when we sing another little victory song, precious friend, you'll be there. Precious friend, you will be there. Singing in harmony, precious friend, you will be there. And me and Rockefeller, I'll keep plugging on. Your face will shine, your face will shine. There you go. Through all our tears, through all our tears. When you sing, when we sing another little victory song, precious friend,